Tyler Perry, I have had enough. When it comes to these projects, you gotta step your pussy up. Let's discuss. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. I hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So I must say, it feels good to be back in front of this camera on display. Sorry I've been away. There's been a lot of things that's caused a delay, but today I'm here to say that Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black was a very interesting Tubi movie-esque experience. Now, before I go all the way in on Tyler and his Tylerisms, because in this project, Tyler Perry definitely Tyler Perry'd, but I genuinely want to give like balanced commentary, especially when it comes to people that I like, because I genuinely do like Tyler Perry. Like, out of all the Hollywood heavyweights, I do genuinely think that Tyler Perry is a good person and he means well. I like that he employs young and up-and-coming black actors, you know, actors that are trying to get their foot in the door, and actors that probably wouldn't have gotten like a mainstream opportunity like Beauty in Black. Especially with the fact that outside of the older actors in this project, almost all of the newcomers in this project are like in their first acting role. Like, for like some of these actors, this was their very first acting job. I like that Tyler Perry at one point was trying to rescue BET. Definitely BET under his ownership, I think, will probably be like 10% better. And to Tyler's credit, he has definitely had hit movies in the past. Like, for example, I absolutely love The Family That Prays. I liked the first Why Did I Get Married, and I semi-liked Why Did I Get Married Too. And in the terms of like all of his Netflix movies during his Netflix deal, I did like A Fall from Grace. Bad wigs aside, A Fall from Grace was a pretty decent movie. So when it comes to Tyler, I gotta give him a little bit of gas because he definitely worked hard for me to kiss his ass. Mwah, kiss that ass, kiss that ass. But speaking of ass, there was a lot of BBL ass and a lot of ass cheeks on display, but I'm here to say that Beauty in Black is ass. Now, Tyler in his writing style is also ass, but I will say for the most part he gets a pass because you can always find like one or two good things in every project he puts out on display. I've said in like a previous video that Tyler Perry now makes hate watch content, and I'm not gonna lie, I hate watch this show, and his content also gives like, I'ma rock with you, I'ma roll with you, as in like I like Tyler Perry, so I'ma rock with him. His writing isn't really good, but sometimes you want to follow along because you're invested. Like, I was invested in this project, so I decided to follow along. And he always just veers off the damn cliff and tries to like throw a lot of ingredients into the pot out of nowhere, and it just ends up being a big hot ass mess. Now, this show is true to Tyler Perry's formula, but like with any formula, after 10 years it needs some new ingredients. For example, in the pot, which I also call the plot, Tyler Perry can't help but to add a dash, if not a half a cup of black trauma into the pot. Now, when I first saw the trailer for Beauty in Black, I thought we were gonna move more towards a like corporate espionage, white collar crime type of direction, which is in this show, but it takes a backseat to his, you know, Tyler Perry's low vibrational black trauma porn-esque type of storylines. Now, y'all, in 2024, we have enough content that relates to the strippers and whores. Like, we have enough of that, and it kind of feels like he took a little bit of that one show, All the King's Men, and kind of like put it into this storyline, into like the corporate espionage storyline, and remixed it a little bit. But overall, I gotta say, black trauma storylines are tired and through, and we are definitely starved for something new. But anyways, let's get into this cast of colorful characters. So starting off, we have the actress who is the lead actress in the film by the name of Taylor Polidor Williams. She plays the main character of Kimmy. And Taylor Polidor, a fun fact about her, she's a Houston, Texas native, grew up in Katy, Texas. I probably could have like walked by this girl in the mall one day and didn't even know, because she grew up in Katy, Texas. I grew up in Cypress, Texas. She's a year younger than me, so hey, it's good to see her. This is actually like her first major acting role too, so shout out to you. Now, her character Kimmy, overall I will say the acting was good, but with her, she kind of gave low energy, but I will say If the character Kimmy was supposed to be like a trap version of Minnie Mouse, then she did a good job. And then we have the second star by the name of Krystal Stewart, who plays Mallory, who's also like the main character, like the second main character, but the antagonist. I call her evil Evelyn Lozada because she looks just like Evelyn Lozada, if Evelyn Lozada can get eviler. Krystal also grew up in Houston, Texas, Mo City. Tyler, let me find out your casting in Houston. Now, the character Mallory is evil and shady as hell, but it seems like Krystal's not too far from that, because if you guys don't know, from 2020 to 2023, in real life, Krystal was like a director and a host for Miss Teen USA, and she had to step down last year due to her like rigging results and also alleged sexual harassment. So I'm just like, girl, she's not too far from her character. We have Rico Ross, who plays Horace Belair, who is like the DL Big Daddy. We have Miss Debbie Morgan, who is the estranged, I think, divorced wife of Horace. She plays Olivia. We have Mr. Richard Lawson Knowles, who plays Norman, who is the younger, I think younger or older or twin or whatever. He is the brother of Horace's character. We have the actor Julian Horton. He plays the character Roy, who is also Mallory's husband and Horace's oldest son. We have Stephen G. Norfleet, who plays Charles, who is also Horace's youngest son, and also he is like the openly gay party boy cokehead. And then we have Terrell Carter, who is a very fun, sexy, openly gay singer in real life. He plays the character by the name of Varney, and he is the family's lawyer, but also on the low, he's plowing the youngest son, Charles. Other notable characters, we have Xavier Smalls, who's also a new actor. He plays the character Angel. He's really young too. He's 26. Like, damn, like he looks pretty like my age, but he's the same age as my little brother. We have Charles Malik Whitfield, aka Otis. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis, from the Temptations. He plays Jules, who is the head of the family security, but also he is a pimp. We have Amber Rain Smith, who plays Rain, who is also Kimmy's best friend and the girl who got her into that life. We have T.S. Madison, who is Daga, who gives Amber Rain's character a BBL. And then we have Tamara T. Kisson, who plays Body, who is Jules' bottom bitch. Now, when it comes to the premise of this show, I really thought it was going to be a white-collar crime drama about this young girl, like, trying to get her way into this cosmetic company and rise to the top. Like, she was going to try to get an internship, and then she sees like the shady business practices. That's what I thought, but it just veered so far to the left. Now bear with me, there will be spoilers, but I am just going to be naming all of this off the top of my head. So the premise kind of starts off with Kimmy. She is into this life of being a stripper and a prostitute, mainly because when she was young, she got kicked out of the house. Her stepdaddy wasn't shit, basically like either put her hands on her or like sexually assaulted her, SA'd her, I already said it. But basically her mom didn't defend her and kicked her out the house at the age of 17, and she had to fend for herself. She was in like the, I think she like was in the bathroom stall of a store, and then this one girl by the name of Rain, who also I think was like a runaway, found her in the stalls. And then they get onto, let's say, like Skype with this boy by the name of Angel. And Angel basically tasked them with, he didn't say what they were going to be doing, but I thought it was going to be like being a drug mule. Like, he was like, are you in? And basically Rain was like, I'm in, 5,000. And then Kimmy comes to the screen and he's like, I'll give you guys an extra 5,000 if she joins. So them two are in with being basically drug mules. Now they don't go into too much detail, but later on that obviously goes to shit because they fast forwarded all the way to her being a prostitute. Both Rain and Kimmy are working in the strip club. Angel also works in that strip club. It's alluded that they got arrested at one point and Jules broke them out, but Jules also put them in a lot of debt that he had to repay to bail them out, and he made all of them go into a life of prostitution. The character Jules is a part-time pimp and a part-time head of security for the Belair family. The Belair family own this company, Beauty in Black. I think it's like hair care products. So there's like a big scandal with the hair care products allegedly causing cancer, which I also think Tyler kind of pulled from like the real life controversies of Mayel causing alleged hair loss. Now within the first scene that sets up the show, like Kimmy goes to a seminar held by Mallory, who's going to award $1 million scholarship to anybody that owns a salon or wanted to work in hair care that applied to it. And Kimmy was one of the people that applied to it. And that's when I thought it was going to set up her like winning the scholarship or winning an opportunity to get an internship with the company, but that's just thrown away because Kimmy goes on about her day before they even announce who wins the scholarship. But they throw that whole entire plot away because some random lady wins the scholarship, and then later on Mallory is seen driving home, and then she hits this lady who was running outside at the late hours of the night when it is pouring down raining. Mind you, the road that she took to get to her house is a private road because the Belair family all has like a big private estate where all the roads are connected. Now at first, like, this is when the writing just took a bad shift because it didn't make sense. Mallory gets out and she doesn't know who she hit. Like, she doesn't know who she hit, but later on they find out that it was Norman's wife, which is their like uncle, their older uncle. After that, the show just kind of just flies all the way off the rails because Kimmy ends up stripping for Horace. Horace honestly just uses Kimmy as a front because Horace actually is attracted to Angel. But Horace also is a upstanding older black man who looks down on his gay son for being gay. And then Kimmy and Angel find a way to please Horace and also get money. Horace ends up having like almost a semi-heart attack, and Kimmy is tasked with driving him home, and then she finds out that he is like the owner of like Beauty in Black. Like, he's like the big dick daddy of Beauty in Black, basically. And she goes back to Angel with this information, and Angel tries to seduce him. Later on, they try to seduce him again, and it goes completely wrong. Like, it's just a hot ass mess. Like, literally, you guys, the plot just flies off into a bunch of different subplots, and cohesively it's like 5 different shows all tied up into one. Now, if you guys already watched every single episode, there's a few plot holes that I want to point out. For one, what happened to Kimmy's ambition? In the beginning, she wanted to like get out the life. Cool. Majority of the story is her trying to get out the life. But what happened to her trying to do something in beauty or do something with hair? Like, that is completely abandoned after the first scene. Like, Kimmy literally just becomes a hoe with no ambition. Plot hole number 2. How did Mallory and Roy not know that the woman that they hit? Especially with the fact that it was on a private road and only the family has access to that road. Mallory ran over that lady first, and then Roy was coming home and he ran over her as well. And he ended up putting her in the trunk of his car, and they get back to the house and they're looking at the body, the alleged dead body, and they're like, who is this bitch? And I'm just like, did y'all mutilate her that bad? And plot hole number 3, how did the character Norman, now Norman, when he finds out his wife got hit, he goes on a complete rampage and he is just completely annoying and just... Now, granted, if my wife got ran over, I would be mad too, and I wanted to find out who the fuck did that shit. But he just goes so far to the left to a point where he wants his wife moved out of the hospital because at some point she was doing good, and then this random nurse that was hired by Jules comes in and kind of sabotages her progress, and she is basically like on her deathbed, but he wants to have her moved to another hospital. So he gets this doctor and this nurse and these ambulance drivers to take them in an ambulance to another hospital. And while they're driving, even though they warned him that she may not make it, they're driving to the new hospital, and she ends up flatlining. And then he goes completely crazy and then shoots everybody in the ambulance. Just shoots everybody. He literally becomes Alex Cross, kills everybody in the ambulance, and just walks off scot-free, and nothing happens to him. Another thing that pissed me off about this show was the last 2 episodes were just filler bullshit. Like, you can tell, like, the plot was accelerating and going somewhere, and I was actually really invested and excited to see where it went. And you can tell he intentionally slowed the plot down. I'm talking like it was excessive dialogue, excessive scenes that should have been deleted scenes. Like, it was giving Sisters. Like, when I first watched Sisters, there was a scene where like I could tell both actresses completely forgot their lines, but he didn't edit it out. Like, he just kept it rolling and rolling. Like, that's what I saw with Beauty in Black. Like, there were scenes where you could tell they were clearly improvising because they had to, like, you know, keep this time going. Come on, we gotta get this time limit fulfilled. And then it ends with a fat ass cliffhanger. Then bam, the screen just goes to black, and it said more episodes coming soon. And I'm just like, Tyler, like, are you for real? Like, are you trying to fulfill your contract that soon. And then there's the infamous parking lot scene. Now, you guys, that's like the main thing that a lot of the kids were talking about on TikTok, was this parking lot scene where everybody is just ass naked, just fucking. So the parking lot scene is when the character Horace goes to the VIP section and he wants Kimmy to come out and he wants Kimmy to bring Angel out so they can basically do the monster mash in the VIP parking lot area where you can pay to have sex with one of the strippers at the I forgot the name of it, but at the bisexual strip club that they work at. Now, y'all, I'm not approved by any means, but a lot of the sex scenes were a little excessive. Like, yeah, it's a whole lot of ass crack. You literally see this man eating this girl out on the roof of a car for the whole entire scene. I'm talking the same position, just nothing but ass crack and legs in the air. You see another girl getting eaten out by another girl. You see this dude, you see this dude plowing this other dude. Like, it's just like, Tyler, is there something you're not telling us? Y'all, another critique that I wanted to make was the excessive cussing. Now, well, me, I cuss like a sailor, absolutely, but the cussing in this show was just juvenile at this point. Like, all you hear is bitch, bitch, hoe, nigga this, nigga that, slut monkey, bitch, and I'm just like, what is this dialogue? Overall, with the plot and the story, it's like, it really, that's the thing with Tyler. Like, his content can always really just go somewhere. It's like, it's always almost there, but it never makes it, and it frustrates the hell out of me, and he finds a way to piss me the fuck off by the end of every single product that he puts out. I think the thing with Tyler is, yes, it's like a personal flex with him that he writes, produces, co-writes, you know, does everything by himself, for self. It helps him save money. He doesn't have to spend money on a writer's room. But baby girl, at this point, you're a billionaire. It's time to spend money on the shit that you put out. Like, this looks like a Tubi movie. Like, the way it's shot looks like a Tubi movie. Now, the reason why Tyler doesn't hire other writers is because he is afraid of critiques. He does not like to be critiqued. He does not like to be challenged by anybody. What he says goes. It's like that, and that's the way it is. For example, even Big Dick Oprah herself, when he was on the OWN network, stepped to him and was like, you need to do better. Like, you need to hire better writers. But unbeknownst to her, he was the writer. So basically, she was telling him, you need to step the fuck up. And then shortly after that, he parted ways from the OWN network. And I hate to compare you to other people because you're always going to be different, but Lee Daniels, who's also a gay black man, is literally out here putting out semi-original content and stuff with, like, good writing and engaging. Like Deliverance, for example, to me was great. I loved it from start to finish. I give it a 9 out of 10. Great acting. It was absolutely funny. And on top of that, it was absolutely scary at the same time.
I can smell your nappy pussy.
Tyler, you've been in the game longer than Lee Daniels. In my opinion, Lee Daniels now is like the gay version of Spike Lee. And you are just out here just putting out shit, seeing if it'll stick when you can do better than what you're putting out. And speaking about being a black gay man, Tyler Perry, I gotta keep it real with you. This whole entire show was like you could tell that a gay person wrote it. Like, you could tell it was written from the perspective of a gay black man with DL fantasies. Like, almost every black gay man has a DL fantasy. And this show was like a DL fantasy, like in live action. And you know what? I'm gonna go there because, Tyler, I love you, but you need to hear this. Like, at this point, you have overly solidified yourself in this game. It's okay. It's okay to admit that you're gay. Like Tyler the girl. Even your Christian audience at this point knows that you are a gay man. Like, you try to portray like you're straight as an arrow, but baby, like, you give octagon. You give a rhombus. Beauty in Black literally was like Patrick Ian Polk on crack with a lot of ass crack. Now, if you guys don't know, there is a lot of alleged things that are probably on the pipeline that are going to come out that allegedly Tyler's trying to keep from coming out, but they're coming out. And Tyler, I think this would be the perfect time for you to just go ahead and be like, hey, I'm gay. Like, I really think that he is also trying to do a Queen Latifah type of thing where what's understood doesn't need to be explained, but baby, at this point, it needs to be explained because even you don't understand. But overall, y'all, since this video got a little long, out of a 10, I'll give this show, I'll give it a 5.5. I will say I am invested and I will be watching the newer episodes when they come out. And if you guys want me to talk about it, drop down in the comments and let me know if you guys want me to review those episodes. I'm not going to do an episode by episode, but I'll talk about it if y'all want me to. But this show really opened up with the fact that Tyler, it's giving, like, I'm putting a tiptoe out the door, basically. Like, I'm opening the closet and slowly stepping out. Like, this is your time to go ahead and come on out. But overall, you guys, let me know what you guys think about Beauty in Black. Did you guys like it, or was it absolutely whack? Those are my views. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to come back at you guys with some more content.